Go.
Morning, class. My name is Jared. I'm here with my team. We're going to talk about our ice cream shop point of sale system. Next slide, please. So our introduction, we basically creating a user interface that allows managers and users to interact with it, and it will assist them in their daily operations. And a key function we have is that certain aspects of it are only available for the managers. Next slide, please. Some objectives we have, so obviously we wanted to create a Windows format, and within that we wanted to allow the users to interact and be able to log in, register interns, check customers out. They can create inventory logs, and as well as any other type of log that the manager feels necessary.
So this is our case diagram. This represents the 8 different aspects of our program, 5 of which can be done by the cashier, and all 8 can be done by the manager, but he can only do the manager hub, the inventory management, and the transaction log, which we'll get into later. This navigation flow diagram for our program. There's 4 different options from the loading screen. You can register new employees. You can see, go to the employee list, and then you can select the manager cashier option. If you sign into the manager option, you go to the manager hub, which can take you back to the login screen, up to inventory management and the transaction log. And then if you sign in as a cashier, you can go to item entry and the payment plan. Next.
Okay, when you log in, you can log in as a manager or a cashier. And if you log in as either one, you can register a new employee. And then when you register a new employee, you have to input your first and last name, and you'll enter as a position or manager. And if you don't input something, it'll tell you that all fields are required. And if you add them successfully, it says that the employee is added. And then to go back to the login screen and log in as a new employee, you have to pull up the employee ID list and get your employee ID and log in with that.
Okay, once you get to the item entry screen, you enter your flavor, your number of scoops, and your container. Once you enter those, it'll be automatically entered into the transaction log and update the inventory. If you don't enter one of these, you'll get one of these 3 error boxes at the bottom, and then once you check out, it'll bring you to the next window. This is just a view of what it looks like whenever we have everything entered in there. Once you get to the payment details entry window, you can enter a tip if you so choose, or you can enter cash or credit card. If you don't enter anything for cash, it'll assume you're doing credit card and not print anything where it says cash gendered or change down there.
Okay, so this is the manager hub. So this form pops up if you log in as a manager. You can choose enter purchase inventory management transaction log or to log out. So this is what happens. This is what shows up if you click transaction log. It's basically just a data grid view that's connected to our Access database that just shows all the previous transactions. It shows who sold the item, how many items sold, the date it was sold on, and then the manager can then click back to Manager Hub and get back to the Manager Hub. This is then the inventory management that pops up when the manager clicks inventory management. On here you can see how much of each flavor or item we have left in inventory. This grid view automatically updates after each transaction. However, if say the manager orders new inventory, you can go in and enter in how many of whatever he ordered or he or she ordered, and then it will update after that.
All right, so testing. Each interface that we use, each case study will be tested, and if the testing is correct and the correct inputs, then you should be prompted to the next screen following. If no errors occurred, then it'll just eventually bring you back to the startup page, and if this, the system will tell you if it's like responding or not. And usability, all employees that work for our ice cream shop will be given a task list, and they'll be given a set list of rules to, complete each, like, they will be updated on how to work with the system. There's room for like 0 errors, so they'll be given a test, and if they have a score below 3, they have to do a retest, which is a training procedure in which they will be acclimated in using the system. Alright, conclusion. So, through our use of Visual Studio, our group learned how to make and design a web form app that allows us to operate a system for our point sales system that could thoroughly calculate and store all the information that an employee or cashier would use through a sale of ice cream.
Question?
Ice cream, anyone?
Here, just stop the video so it's shorter.